So welcome to today's session.
Okay.
Yesterday we have discussed data warehousing concepts. So
Yeah.
we will continue from there. Okay, so
Okay.
up to we have discussed a life cycle of data warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay,
Correct. Up to this. Yeah.
so from today in today's class, we'll discuss data modeling. Okay,
Okay.
so what is data modeling? Do you have any idea?
Okay. That's what. Whatever that, logical thing will be defining in this place.
Okay, so data modeling is nothing but the picture of the blueprint of a project. So how
Okay.
your project want to be. There will be a certain flow, right? There should be
Yeah.
a certain flow, like from where to
Okay.
start. I mean, like where to start, what and all your tables, details,
Hmm.
relationship between the tables.
Yeah.
Where is your warehouse table, data warehouse table, all this
Yeah.
stuff. So we need to see the physical tables and relationship between. So we can see the physical tables, but we cannot see the relationship between the tables. What is the relation? How do
Okay.
you know the relation between these tables? There should be a diagram like for this table. This is the relationship between these two tables. Identity.
Okay.
Okay, so those things we should know, right? Then only you will have an understanding of your project and also the data modeling of your project. So basically, data modeling has been classified into three types. So one is conceptual data modeling, other one is logical data modeling, and the third one is
Physical
physical data
data.
modeling. Okay. So let's discuss what is conceptual data modeling. Okay. So here it mainly includes the importance entities and relationship among them. So here there is no specification of attributes. There it will be like a conceptual, like a high level information. So this is the table. This is the table, and this should be the another table. There should be a relation between these two tables
Okay.
in a form of high level understanding.
Hmm.
Okay, so high level flow chart understanding. My table should be like this. Another table should be like this. There should be a relation. Okay, so those kind of information, those kind of thing, we will call it as a conceptual data modeling.
Okay.
Okay, no attributes is specified here. No, we are not specifying declaring attributes in the sense like column. We are not specifying anything here. Okay.
Okay.
And the next one is logical data modeling, including all the entries and relationship among them. Okay. So we will show you the picture, like what is a primary key, what is a foreign key. Okay, what are unique keys in the table. Okay, and here we will be seeing the layout. So this is
Yeah.
our data model. This many tables are there in our project. Okay, so what are those table list with the table names, attribute names, all these things will be defined in logical data model. All include all entries, relationship among them. All attributes for each entries are specified. The primary key for each entity is specified. Foreign keys, everything is also mentioned in the layout. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're working in a project, so you'll come to know if you ask the data model of the project, they will have that flow chart for data warehousing project. Any project, they will have the data model.
Yeah.
Okay. The relationship, all these things will comes under a logical data model.
Yeah.
So the next one is physical data modeling. So physical data modeling in the sense like physically we will be able to see the physical tables, specification of all tables and columns. Foreign keys are used to identify relationship between the tables. So far, there will be defined for foreign keys, and we will see them uh, in a form of physically. We can check in the databases. Okay. So
Yeah.
here the first one is high level understanding, that is conceptual data modeling, and the second one is logical data model. Here we will define the list of tables
Okay.
with the tables along with the column names. What is primary key? What should be the primary key and foreign key? Okay, here we will specify the details in what and all were required. I mean, like in a physical format. You can see these things in a
Okay.
in database.
Mm.
Okay, so any questions here?
That's it. Clear, sir.
Okay. So coming to the different types of models, so data models that data warehousing follows. The first one is a star schema. Is a uh, simplest style of data mart schema. The star schema contains of one more fact tables. Okay, so here if you see the diagram, so this is star schema, like it has one fact table and surrounded by 4 dimension tables.
Mm.
Okay. So the simplest way of defining the star schema is it contains one or more fact table. There may be a chance of having 2 fact tables also. That okay, reference to any number of dimension tables. The star schema is important in case of snowflake schema. So here we'll be having a number of dimension tables and having a fact table, one or more fact table. Okay. This is about star schema. And coming to the snowflake schema, so it has a multi-dimension table. So here, from the dimension tables again, they have been split into one or more dimension tables. You see here, 8.
Okay. Product, customer store.
Yeah. So here dimension tables has been subcategorized into one or more dimension tables, one or more tables. Okay, so to enter the data in main dimension, time dimension, though it has been separated into 2 to 3 dimension tables.
Okay.
Okay, so that is Snowflake schema. So in the real-time environment, most of the projects are built in Snowflake schema only. Okay.
So real time mostly deal with Snowflake, not the star schema, sir.
Yes, it depends upon enterprise to enterprise how they want, how the data want to be. So as of now, I see the most of the cases we built this Snowflake schema data model. So we, as soon as from the source directly, we can't load the data into Snowflake model, right? I mean, directly into dimension table, right?
Yeah.
To load the data directly into dimension, that is a rare scenario.
Mm.
Only few example scenarios only we will be loading the data into dimension tables. So initially we will load the data from staging, Again, from staging, we will be loading into some common DB. From common DB,
Okay,
validations.
okay.
Then we will
So,
be loading dimension table.
okay. Yeah, generally we'll load into staging and then okay.
Yes. Okay. So this is about schemas that are available in the data warehouse.
Okay.
And the next one is slowly changing dimension. This is very important concept in data warehouse. So slowly changing dimension implementation. The purpose here is to track the data, to track the current data, historical data. Okay, so we need this the information because to predict our business, to analyze our business, we need to forecast what happened in our history records.
Okay.
So when financial crisis comes, so we need to be prepared how the business has been impacted earlier. So what are the precautions? What are the necessary steps should be taken care to handle that upcoming crisis? So we don't know, right, when the crisis hits.
Yeah.
In 2020, COVID-19 has come and hit many of the companies, businesses, and
Yeah.
people. I mean, like companies are closed down, especially
Yes.
few of the industries. It is a
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
So it has been shut down for more than, especially textiles.
Yeah. Excel, correct.
Textiles,
Totally shut up. Yeah.
yeah, completely shut down. Okay, and this normally the fashion world has been completely shut down, right, for the 3 months.
Yes.
In starting from April to from March 22nd to up to two and a half months.
Correct.
It has been a
Correct.
big hit for them.
Yeah.
Okay, even construction industry, they stopped all the construction works because
Correct.
we had to stay in home only. We should not come out.
Correct.
Okay, so if this situation comes, the company has to be prepared. Okay, so the reason why they stored this historical data means so how they predict what is going to happen in future. They should be they are the organizations they will be ready for even crisis comes how to handle our situation, how to take a decision to move a business
Well,
continuity plan. So those kind of decisions the high level management will take. So here we are keeping all this historical data means to track our business to take a better business ideas, better business decisions. So
yeah.
data warehousing is a decision supporting system, right? So that is the reason we are maintaining the history data.
Yeah.
So to maintain the history data, we have a concept in data warehouse that is slowly changing dimension. So there are three types of slowly changing dimensions. One is type 1, so it maintains the data only for the current information, current where we are right now. Suppose if you take any customer data, so the customer is located in so and so city or so and so state now, right now. So here we will
Okay.
be identified. For example, customer is in Chennai today. So
Okay.
the previous week he was in Hyderabad. Now, what
Okay.
is
Right.
the current address of a
Chennai.
customer? Is in
So it will
Chennai.
take only that. Yeah.
Yeah. Slowly changing dimension type 1 maintains only the latest record, latest
Okay.
location of a customer.
Okay.
It cannot maintain the historical data.
It will override the original information. Okay.
Yeah, it will override the current data. It will update the override and
Original.
update
Right.
the existing data. Okay. So that means the earlier location details that has been gone. You cannot see where previously you stayed.
Okay.
Those details and all gone. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Illinois to California is changed.
Okay, so here the person has been changed from Illinois to
Illinois
California.
to California. Yes.
But in type 1, what happens? It has been override.
Yes.
Here the
State
record
is
will be
changed.
replaced. Okay, this is the deepest way to handle. See, this is one of the problem in data warehousing system to track the history. To track the history, okay, so here history is lost by applying this method. It does not possible to trace back history. For example, in this case, the company would not able to know the Krishnas living in the lineage before. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that
So
is a
type one,
disadvantage. History would maintain. Okay.
yes. So when we use the type one means type one slowly changing dimensions should be used when it is not necessary for data warehouse to keep the historical changes.
Historical. Okay.
So we don't want bother about where you stayed, all these things in this scenario.
Okay.
Then only they will go for
Okay.
STD type one.
So only they want present situations, they will go for a residual type one.
Yeah. So the next one is slowly changing dimensions. Okay. So here in slowly changing dimensions,
Type two.
in this STD type 2, here we'll be tracking of the both current data as well as the history data.
Okay.
So here we will, instead of replacing the existing record, we will close those record. I will share you with an example. Let me take an example. Okay. ID, name, location, 001. New York. Okay. And she moved to California. Whatever it may be. Okay. California. So here there is a function called start date
Okay.
and end date. Okay, so here from which from 201012009 and end date is 01. Okay, so here the current location in the sense from
2021 to detail update. Yes.
first 12. So if you want to know the latest location of the customer means end date should not be get absoluted. It should be
Continued.
yeah, double line, December 31st.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is SCD type 2. Here what happens is it will be override. Start date also will be override and this record will be gone in SCD type 1. Okay. So here this is SCD. So here in SCD type 1, so we should run type 1. Currently, she is staying in New York. And later, after 2 years, she moved to other state. So then, what will be the latest entry?
The recent one.
Here, everything getting,
That will become SCD type 1.
yeah,
Only the latest one.
yes. So here, this is a issue. So we are not tracing her where
History.
she stayed previously.
History is not noted.
Yeah. So we have a system in data warehouse that so that we can trace it out current location and the previous location.
Okay.
Okay. So in our practical data, data stage training, so we'll go through how to maintain the history.
Okay. Okay.
ETL jobs, how to maintain history. Okay. How to update the latest information also. Those things we will discuss in the slowly changing dimension topic.
Okay.
Okay. And the next one is, so here what happens, the number of records, the entries, will get increased, right? This is because usually table grow very faster. Okay, and there are situations we need to invest on the memory, all this stuff. Okay, so this is one of the disadvantage.
Mhm.
Okay, so the companies, they come up with another solution. So they need 5 years history data. That is okay. So they want to, you can see the type 2 is full historical data, current data and full historical data.
Okay.
So here disadvantage of SCD type 2 is table size
Okay.
increased. Memory
Mm.
memory will be getting increased, right? Day by day you are adding a
Yeah.
more number of records. So
Okay.
that is a performance issue. Few of the cases,
Mm.
that's the performance issue whenever you are fetching the data.
Okay.
Okay, so to avoid those situations, they come up with a solution, SCD type 3, to accommodate
To
this
solve that issue.
currently effective date, all this information.
Mm.
Then what we will do is, we'll maintain last 5 years data.
Mm.
They are not bothered about uh, before 5 years data. They will keep it in a
Mm.
separate history table, and in dimension table, they will maintain last 5 years data.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So this,
Only the recent history. Okay.
yeah. So this will be having a partial history data.
Mm.
Okay. And
Mm.
current data. It has SCD type 3 has partial history data, not full history, partial history data and current data. Okay. So any questions, Prasanna? Are you able to follow?
Yes, yes, I can.
So this, so here advantage of maintaining this thing is it does not increase the size of the table.
Okay.
So we are maintaining up to relevant years that we want.
Okay.
Okay. This is about SCD type 3. Then what is surrogate key? Do you have any idea what is surrogate key?
So it will act as a like index key, right?
Yeah. So surrogate key is a unique key generated in dimension tables at data warehouse.
Hmm.
So the purpose of surrogate key is a unique identity number.
Hmm.
Basically, it's a database sequence generator. So we can use database sequence generator. You know, in SQL, we have this sequence number generation. Database sequence generator function is there, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you create a column, if you create a sequence number for those columns,
Yeah.
whenever the data is entered into that column, it will automatically start from one. We will be giving an instruction. Starting number is from so from 1000 onwards, 1001 onwards, it should start at by one. So automatically data get increased based on the inputs record that are getting. Okay, so it will generate like this. Okay, here surrogate key number is a combination of both primary key and unique key. Okay, so here nulls are not allowed. Number one, there should be a unique.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it should be unique number, and it should be a primary key. And see, what is the difference between primary key and a unique key? Primary key is always a unique. Okay, so if any column mentioned in a table that is a primary key means the record won't get repeated and it is not null.
Okay.
Okay, and what is a unique key? Unique key is basically a number. It has a unique number, but nulls are allowed.
Okay.
Okay, and what is surrogate key? Surrogate key is nothing but key that will generate
Okay.
number in sequence number, and it's like naturally it's a combination of both unique key and primary key. That is called surrogate key. Okay, so we'll see the differences. So here the primary key nulls are not allowed. No null value in primary key.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions? Any doubts so far?
No, sir. Maybe these things are practical.
Yeah, we can see these things in practical classes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so this is about data warehousing concepts.
Okay.
Okay, so any questions in yesterday's class, today's class?
Say, for me, the surrogate key on these things and all, maybe in practical thing it will get SCD.
SCD?
Other than that, it's clear.
Okay, you are aware of all this.
No. What I mean to say is, once we see the practical thing, it will be clearer. See,
Yes, exactly.
Theory, I can understand this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we'll stop it for today.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, done now. Okay.
Yeah, you can go through the recordings during the daytime.
Okay.
And you can go through this presentation.
Okay.
So you'll get some idea, more insight about it.